Hughes, again reporting for the teen scene, and today I have
Jennifer Singleton.
Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you do? I see the dolls, your books, the baskets.
So I started out as a sweetgrass basket sewer when I was 7 years old. So that's about 35 years ago. So I'll let y'all do the math on that one. And then as growing up, you don't see a whole lot of books, or you didn't see us on TV, or you didn't see any dolls that had our faces on. So I started writing books. Sweetgrass Dreams talks about me and my auntie, where she taught me how to make the sweetgrass baskets and our journey through that. So it's called Sweetgrass Dreams by Jennifer Singleton. You can collect on Amazon. Then dolls, they don't have faces. The reason my dolls don't have faces is because we would like to have you imagine that you're this doll, so that your face would be on this doll, and then that doll would be who you imagine yourself as.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So you said that your auntie taught you how to make these baskets?
Yes.
Is that correct? So how many generations has this been passed down?
So my mom is a basket person. I am a basket person. My kids are basket people. So we're, I believe, 6 generations in now.
That's incredible. So you said you're from where now?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I reside in Somerville, but I was born and raised in the Hughie area.
Okay, thank you. So one final question. How are you trying to carry on this tradition of sweetgrass baskets and these dolls?
So I am preserving the culture. I do classes. I also go around different places where they have me to actually come up and speak about the gullah. I also work at a plantation called Hop Street Plantation, where I do gullah storytelling daily, not every day, but at least 2 days a week at the Hop Street. And then I travel to different places where I can explain the history and preserve the culture by talking about the culture and teaching the culture to other people.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You do the same.
Good.
Hello everyone. My name's Gabriel Hughes, again reporting for the teen scene, and today I have
John Coffey.
And can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm actually 47 years old. I'm from Savannah, Georgia originally. I live in Townsend, Georgia now, and I'm actually a quilter.
Wow, and what got you interested in quilting? I mean, your work is absolutely spectacular.
Thank you very much. My mom actually got me introduced in quilting. From when I was a youth, I remember playing underneath the quilting. They call them quilting frames, sorry. Grandma used to actually have those underneath there. We'd be underneath there playing while they're actually sitting there donning it and making the quilts.
Wow. And so you said that this is you're a quilter by nature, so is this your full-time job?
Actually, as of right now, yes and no. It is a way that I am supporting myself, but I do have future endeavors.
Wow, that's incredible. So what goes into making a quilt?
First thing you have to do is actually you have to find what moves you. If you look at this one right here, the one behind you, I actually saw the panels first, and the colors is what spoke to me. So I actually took the colors that were inside here and came with the green, the orange, and then redid the green to make it a little bit wider.
Wow, it's all of your work, all 3 of them that I'm seeing are just beautiful.
Thank you.
So, in the future, what is your next project?
I don't know yet. Quilts actually come up themselves. You see a piece of fabric that you like to make something out of, and that's where it starts. It can start from something as small as a 2x2 square, or something just an inch wide. If you see a pattern in it, you can actually start there.
And just one final question for you. Can you tell me about this project here that we're, all collaborating on?
Sure. This is actually considered to be a knot quilt. What he's doing is he's actually taking pieces of fabric, and people are writing words of inspiration. They're writing anything from their name to just putting a heart on it, and they're actually tied it into a tapestry.
Wow. So when this is finished, this will have thousands of people's works on it?
I'm sure there'll be thousands, and maybe even one day you can come back and actually find your tag on them.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Hello, everyone. My name's Gabriel Hughes, and I have Turtle back with us.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Turtle.
Well, Turtle, I'm an old rogue pirate that just goes around helping raise funds and having fun and coming out of me shell, so to speak. Aye.
Just like a turtle, right?
Just like a turtle. I'm a little slow, too. Aye.
So what are you doing here today?
Well, I'm here with me Plank Woody, and we're in the back playing the Chum Chunker Challenge, where you throw some chum into a bucket for a high-stakes prize. Aye, loot and booty and such, you know.
Well, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You have a good one there, Lottie.
Thank you.
Aye.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gabriel Hughes, reporting for the WTSI Teen Scene International. Good evening, everyone. My name is Gabriel Hughes, reporting for the WTSI Teen Scene International. This is a special night not only for the award nominees, but also for us here at WTSI. Last November, we conducted our first podcast episode in conjunction with Heidi Trask High School, presented on YouTube as part of a Cape Fear Voices Teen Scene audiovisual program. We wish to thank Teen Scene and Heidi Trask High School for making a dream become a reality. And now, here are a few interviews conducted by Teen Scene reporters.
Good evening. My name is Kaylee Hall, an intern with the Teen Scene and a graduate student from Brunswick County Early College High School, reporting for WTCI Teen Scene International. Tonight, I'm joined by a very special guest, Juliet Timmons. She's here to share her experiences and opinions on creativity and how it relates to her future career and her hobbies. Hi, Juliet. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Today, I am located at my home at Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Where am I reaching you from today?
Today, you're reaching me from my dorm room. I am a freshman at Appalachian State University, so I'm living in the dorms.
What is your major and what does that entail?
So I'm a public relations major, which means that I'm learning how to best communicate to represent the brands and the businesses that I would be working for in the future. So public relations maintains the relationship between the brands and the public. And this is done through crisis communication, just effective communication in general, and media relations. So I'm taking courses like writing courses and journalism and communication courses to teach me strategies that will guide me throughout this career that I'm hoping for.
You wrote as a hobby a lot in the past and present. What has been your inspirations?
Yeah, so I feel very grateful to live in this world, in this age where I can be connected to so many incredibly creative people through social media. My personal hobby is journaling. So I have two separate journals. One of them I write in, and one of them I create kind of scrapbook-esque spreads in. And the creatives who post their journals online truly inspire me to keep writing and keep creating in my own journals.
Why are these things important to you?
I would say that hobbies have always been very important for me when it comes to balancing my personal and my school and work life. And balance is key when managing stress. So by consistently journaling, I'm carving time out of my day for myself, which allows me to consistently put my mental health first, which allows me to work better in my school life. And this practice of actively working towards my hobby has been nothing but positive just for my own health and school life.
So, how do you think your major and your hobby relates?
I would say that there are two main ways that journaling and public relations connect. And the first is going to be just the practice of writing itself, because writing is so integral to like a PR, to someone who works in PR. And that entails both the practice of formal and informal writing. So while my journal is more of an informal writing, it is still preparing me to do formal writing. And then I would also say that journaling and PR are connected based off of crisis management, because while I'm having my own crisis, I can write about it in my journal. And then when I would be experiencing a PR crisis, I would professionally handle that.
Why do you think that presenting your writing to the public is impactful?
I believe that presenting your writing to the public is one of the most impactful actions you can take. When you put your own writing out there, it's just an extremely brave thing to do, to open up your personal work to criticism from the public. So this can be like a really empowering practice and a really important step in building your own confidence by submitting your work to a public scene. But alternatively, posting your own writing also allows for change, because when the public reads your new and fresh perspective, that can allow for new conversation.
Hi, I'm Michaela Parker, and I'm here with Miss
Askew.
and today I'm going to be interviewing her a little bit about why she became a teacher and what she does now. So, what made you want to become a teacher?
I actually didn't want to become a teacher. I 10th grade teacher told me I was going to be a teacher, and I said absolutely not. But then when I was in college, I was a figure skating instructor, and I loved it. I loved getting in the weeds and talking with my students, and I lost time, and that's what made me really feel like this is something that I enjoyed doing. So eventually I realized that a high school schedule where I could talk about books all day sounds like a pretty good life. And I love working with the students that I work with.
So, how has your experience at this school shaped your point of view on the youth and like other schools as well?
So much. I get to talk all day with people who are brilliant, and they're kind, and they're fun, and they're curious about the world, and it makes me excited and curious about the world too, especially when we get to go on field trips, or when people come in, when we have visitors come talk to us about the future. It always gets me excited about that too.
So, I know that you travel a lot with this job. How has that benefited your view on the world and like your experiences that you get to tell to others?
So much. I never traveled until I was 42. I had my very first out of the country experience with an early college group. We went to Europe, and it was with an EF tour, and it was amazing. It's changed my life, and now I try and leave the country at least once a year. So I think it makes me feel like the world is a whole different place.
Yeah, I definitely want to travel when I'm older. So, what would you say is your like favorite part about teaching English?
I love talking about books all day. I like writing. I always thought I wanted to be an editor, and now I get to choose what I'm editing, what we're talking about, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a great life.
Yeah, that I would say that. What would you what kind of advice would you give to upcoming freshmen, especially that are looking for a future in English or like creative writing, maybe in college?
That's a great question, because I know where to go with that if you want to be a teacher. If you want to have a career in writing in any other pathway, my best advice is to just follow your passions, follow what you're really interested in, develop your passions, because somebody's always going to need a niche writer in some field that other people are not experts in. So if you want to be a nurse but you're a good writer too, there's somebody that's going to need a medical writer. Somebody who's going to need a writer about figure skating, anything. If you're good at it, you should write about it.
Yeah. All right. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
WTSI. Today I'll be interviewing Miss Susan Pope, the history and psychology teacher at Wilmington Christian Academy. How long have you been teaching for?
This year will be my 20th year.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, I've been hanging in for 20 years, so yeah.
Out of all your fields of study, which has impacted you the most?
I would probably say history, because it kind of is the bigger box, which all my other psychology and criminal justice fit into. And so I think history's probably impacted me more than any of the other fields that I've studied. So,
what inspired you to study history?
I had some really great history teachers. I have a current teacher that I work with that taught me history. I just really loved it. I was always interested in why people made the decisions that they do. And I don't know, there's something interesting and mysterious about the past, so.
I guess it makes sense that psychology and history are tied together.
Yeah, definitely.
So, leading into a psychology question, do you believe that our genetics trump our will?
Our addictions trump our will. Well, I'm of the firm belief that people can change. We can't change our DNA, but we can definitely put like roadblocks or things in place to help where our will may like guide us. And the only way you're going to be able to know what your roadblocks are is if you really know who you are as a person. And so a lot of self-reflection and self-evaluation needs to happen in order to figure out what healthy means to you and what it looks like in your body. But I don't think we're a slave to our DNA. I don't think we're a slave to our addictions. If we say we're a slave to our addictions, or then there's really no hope for a cure or to even live with something like that. So there are many scientists out there that can give, can provide biological answers, and then there are spiritual guides that can give you spiritual answers. Like for us here at the Academy, we believe that the Bible is true, that Jesus is who he says he is, and so there's a hope in that, that you are more than the sum of your parts, and that God has redeemed you. So to say that you're a slave to something means that thing controls you, and I don't think anybody really wants to be controlled by their addictions, for sure. It's just a matter of what kind of help can you get those people who struggle with that situation. So
I guess the Bible ties in a lot to.
Yeah,
This has been Sophia Holland reporting from Wilmington Christian Academy for Wilmington International Teen Scene. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Gabriel Hughes, back again reporting for the Teen Scene, and today I have a very important person with us. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Banquet, head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation.
Thank you so much. Now, how did you get your title of being the head of the Gullah Geechee?
I was elected. There was a one-year election that took place from 1999 to 2000, and then I was installed on July 2nd, 2000 at Sullivan's Island in South Carolina as the head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. So I'm the first head of state and Queen Mother for the Gullah Geechee Nation in world history.
That's awesome. Now, is this a lifelong role, or will there be another election, or how does that work?
So every 7 years, I get, someone might say that they go through and they check for any malfeasance or anything like that. So every 3 years that happens, and then every 7 years, my term can be renewed. So with our Constitution, I could end up in this position for life unless there's some other reason that people feel I should no longer be in it. But right now, things are good. This is actually my third term.
So,